Well, talk about aftermath. It's always fun to get the emails after Michelle Malkin comes on. You got a lot of big supporters out there, Michelle. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back, Brian.
She was just here on the curvy couch live in person.
I missed her.
Yeah,
I missed a Malcolm.
You missed an appearance, but now she's back in the little screen talking to us today.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about Marco Rubio. Of course, many people still speculating he may run for president on the Republican side coming up in the next few years. He's now warning that we should legalize immigrants because President Obama, he believes, is going to do it anyway. So in your mind, is that the reason to do it? It's a tough situation for him, I think, on this issue.
Well, he's dug himself into a hole and he can't get himself out. So he has resorted to rather desperate, silly, and may I add, craven rationales for sticking with his disaster. To argue to conservatives who believe in limited government that we should pass this massive amnesty month because Obama is going to do it anyway smacks of the worst kind of political expedience. And I think that Marco Rubio's higher ambitions have clouded his brain.
But Michelle,
he's not arguing anymore. No, he's not arguing anymore that we should pass some sort of border enforcement plan because it's the right thing to do and it's good for the country. If you want the outside the Beltway translation of what he's arguing, it's we need to pass something because Republicans need to take credit for something that everybody knows that Obama is going to selectively enforce anyway.
Right. So,
that's called giving up.
But executive orders is what got us the DREAM Act without anybody's consensus feeling. He just decided to do that. It's made a mockery of immigration enforcement. And he feels as though Marco Rubio, and he's probably not off on this, that the president's going to pick and choose what he likes in the immigration bill and make it executive orders and really try to get his agenda forward.
So rather than serving the agenda of a tyrant, what he should be doing is fighting on the side of, say, the ICE agents who sued the Obama administration over that administrative fiat. And even though they did not win that case based on a technicality, the judge in that case specifically said that he agreed with the ICE agents that this administration had overreached. So rather than give up and capitulate and say, well, he's going to do it anyway, you should go down fighting with every last breath and try and persuade people that instead of legalizing millions of illegal aliens and continuing the same pattern, that we should put a halt to it once and for all and do the right thing.
Let's look at this rodeo clown controversy, Michelle. Walk us through this thing. On one side, the NAACP in Missouri wants to make this rodeo clown a racist terrorist threat to the president. On the other side, some people are making this rodeo clown a demonstration of the First Amendment in the country. White House says it's not one of Missouri's finest moments. Is this getting out of control? What do you say?
Well, what we have here is an insane rodeo clown bashing posse of Obama apologists and self-appointed civil rights leaders and the sensitivity police. It's ridiculous, of course. These people have probably never been to a rodeo before. It's a rowdy atmosphere. They'll make fun of anybody. And in the past, of course, there have been rodeo clowns who have had Hillary Clinton masks and George Bush masks. It is about free speech, of course. And I think what's going on here is that you've got these Missouri so-called progressives who are looking to exploit this on behalf of Claire McCaskill, who needs all the help she can get.
All right, let's see what Josh Earnest said, representing the White House. Said this, quote, "My colleagues in the White House about this, and I haven't heard about the president's reaction on this one, but that's the follow-up to essentially he said it's not his finest moment because he's actually from Missouri."
What do you make of the fact, though, that I think there's a member of Congress in Texas who's invited the rodeo clown now to come over, to Texas?
How do we know it's the right one?
Do a show over there.
Could be anybody.
You know, I think what's happening here is that the clowns in the White House don't appreciate the competition. There's another more serious point here too, and I've posted 10 pictures on my website, images of George W. Bush during his administration that are far, far worse than any of the gentle ridicule and mockery that this president has received. Kill Bush, assassination chic, and these weren't just fringe people who were mocking our president and had the least amount of respect. Many of these very violent and insightful images appeared in major film festivals and art galleries, and I think it bespeaks of the rank hypocrisy of the tolerance mob and the thin skin of the White House.
Let's talk about somebody who may be changing their tune a little bit, and that's Bono, U2 singer Bono. He now is praising capitalism.
Speaking at Georgetown University, he came out and said that aid is a short-term fix. Long-term, it's going to be capitalism that gets the world out of poverty. Where's this coming from, Michelle?
I don't know, but I'm not going to question any change of heart on the part of Hollywood lefties.